Hey everybody, we've got a really great drag race for you today because we are showcasing a forgotten performance SUV of the 1990s, the Jeep Grand Cherokee 5.9 liter Limited.
And to showcase just how much performance this thing was putting out in 1998, we're putting it up against the classic 911. And we're going to do a quarter-mile drag race, followed by a 30-mile-an-hour rolling race, and finally, a braking test.
Brendan, so talk to me about that Jeep, because it looks like a standard Grand Cherokee, but I know it's not.
Underneath the hood of this is a 5.9 liter V8 they took from the Dodge trucks back in the day, and they wanted to put this in the Grand Cherokee, but they only did it for 1 year, the last year of the first generation Grand Cherokee.
Now, it's not the first ever performance SUV, right? There were SUVs before it that were also on performance. But in the 1990s, that thing was something really special. And it was also such a sleeper because apart from some hood vents and a couple of little body things, it looks like any other Grand Cherokee.
Yeah, but a lot of people didn't realize that in '98, this was the world's fastest SUV because it touted 245 horsepower and 345 pound-feet of torque.
Yeah, that thing sounds really good, actually. It's got this amazing grumble to it. I love how the whole SUV kind of cocks one direction when you rev it up from all that torque.
Yeah, this thing does sound good. Some like good old American muscly V8, but I'm curious, how does it compare to your Porsche over there?
Now I'm sitting in a 1987 Porsche 911 Cabriolet. This is powered by a 3.2 liter flat six developing 214 horsepower, but just 195 pound-feet of torque. I do have the weight advantage though, coming in at just under 2,900 pounds.
Holy cow, 2,900 pounds. This thing weighs almost 4,300 pounds. So that is quite a weight difference.
But you do have that all-wheel drive system, and I'm curious. I bet it's going to be a lot closer than you might think. So, what do you say? You ready to do this?
I'm ready to do this.
All right, come on, Porsche. You will not be beaten by a big, bloated SUV. Got a 5-speed manual. He's got an automatic. Gonna launch it pretty hard here. Come on, 911. Oh, we got the line though. That Jeep launches hard, but then 6,000 RPM, that's where the power of the 911 comes through.
No replacement for displacement.
But I think he's gonna take me across the corner still. Oh, I'm catching up in a big way. Oh, wow.
Oh man, Tommy, I had you pretty good there.
The gearing on that Grand Cherokee is very impressive off the line, and it just takes off like hell. However, once we got above 65 miles an hour or so, that's where the high revving flat six came into its own, and I almost took you at the finish there.
Hey guys, if you have ever wanted to own a 1998 Jeep Grand Cherokee 5.9 Limited, now is the time because this exact one is up for bid on TFLbids.com, where you can bid on this and take it home.
All right, Brendan, so how did you do in that quarter mile?
I ran a 17.4 at about 80 miles an hour. It's okay, I guess.
Yeah, that was really close to what I did too, a 17.42 at 86, but you did take me off the line a little bit there. But now what we're gonna do is a roll race. We're gonna accelerate up to 30 miles an hour. Now, what this tells me is if the quarter mile time is almost the same, but my trap speed is higher, I should take you in this roll race, which I'm excited about.
And I think this four-wheel drive definitely gives me an advantage off the line, so this is probably gonna be a race that helps you for sure.
All right, let's start rolling. All right, here we go. Pull up next to me in 3, 2, 1, go. Come on, Porsche. Oh, we have to kick down. I have the manual transmission, and he's
making it. Bummer.
90 miles an hour and across the line, and I took him by a huge margin on that race. So that is...
Wow, what a difference 30 miles an hour makes, man.
Yeah, so what we're seeing is that at a dig, that Grand Cherokee is an impressive performance machine, right? But once you get up to speed, the 911, even though it's down 150 pound-feet, the weight advantage and kind of the power delivery really helps it at the higher speeds. Now I can feel the comment section radiating with anger. You're probably typing away, why are these times so slow compared to what the magazines got back in the day? And why is that, Brendan?
Well, here at over a mile above sea level, engine performance on a naturally aspirated engine is severely decreased. We're talking like a 20% down in power from what they normally are. So that's why our time seems significantly lower than normal.
Yeah, that's right. But the good news is, well, it's not good news, but we'd love to see your car involved in the TFL Classics drag race. If you have something cool or weird or fast or especially slow, I'm really good at going slow, send us an email, info@tflcar.com. If you're located in Colorado, we'd love to have you out and drag race your car. But Brendan, I gotta ask, why are you selling your Jeep so soon?
Yeah, so I have my GMC Yukon, which you guys may have seen before on the channel, that is severely broken and it's going to be very expensive to fix. And I just had to sell the Jeep so that I can fix and get my Yukon back.
No, I get it. However, if you want to know more about that story, check out the TFL Classics podcast over on wherever you find your podcast platforms. It's called TFL Talk. It's pretty awesome. Okay, well, it's got me in it, so it's not that awesome. But check it out wherever you get your podcasts. For the braking test, we're going to accelerate up to 60 and then we're going to hit the anchors and see which one stops better.
Yeah, it sounds good to me. I mean, this thing is a typical 90s SUV, so it makes me a little nervous, not gonna lie.
Oh, I don't have ABS. Totally forgot I don't have ABS. That could have been bad. Well, it was fun.
That's really close. Oh my gosh, you locked him up.
Hey, yeah, the commenters are going to tear me a new one on that one, but it takes a fine-tuned foot to slow down a car without ABS, and clearly I did not have it on that race or on that brake test. Commence, Andre.
Okay, I have the Porsche at 131 and a half. 131 and a half.
Could be worse.
Oh, I mean, you weigh less than 3,000 pounds.
Yeah, but I have no driver ability, apparently. All right, Andre.
Yes.
Let's see how the 4,200 pound 90s SUV did in the stopping distance.
137.
That's a mile. It's a full 6 feet further than the Porsche.
That is nothing.
That's a full 6 feet. If a baby was standing right here, that baby would have been saved. You would have squished him. Dead,
Yeah,
Brendan.
If I had put an 800 pound weight in that Porsche, you would have been in that field down there.
Yeah. Well, I gotta say, I mean, the Grand Cherokee did lose a roll race in the brake test, but it won the drag race and it kept up with the 911 for a lot of these comparisons, which is amazing because that 911 is only 10 years its senior. It'd be like a new Grand Cherokee, what's the fastest one? A 5.7, keeping up with the 2013 911. That's pretty nuts.
Yeah, I mean, think this is the late 90s where the Mustang was putting out 215 horsepower.
Yeah.
You got the GT version. This was putting out 245 and 345 pound-feet of torque, so it was a pretty big monster back then.
And then you got to keep in mind too that, sure, on a road course, the 911 would kill the Jeep.
Well,
obviously.
sure.
But the Jeep under 10 grand, that 911, like 40, 50 grand. So a quarter of the price, an eighth of the price, something like that. Pretty nuts.
It's a pretty good performance bargain, especially considering this thing can also tackle the off-road really well.
And tow and haul your family. Yeah, it's awesome.
Hard to beat.
Now, if folks want to buy this exact or bid on this exact Grand Cherokee, where can they go?
So it is live right now on TFLbids.com.
And a huge thank you to today's Patreon member of the day, Don Megahan, for his continued support. If you want to help out the team, check out patreon.com/TFLcar, where you can see the next upcoming episode of Buy or Bust live right now.